What's up, guys? Welcome to another week of Prep, Cook, Plate, Repeat. This week's episode, we're doing Vietnamese-style chicken wings with a fish caramel sauce. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and let's get to it. First thing, obviously, we're going to need the star of the dish, chicken wings. Okay, I got the wings here with the wingettes. You can do drums if you want. If you don't like wings, you can even do chicken, regular chicken breast or chicken thighs. I like chicken wings, so we're going to do chicken wings today. I got about 6 wings here. I'm going to go ahead and throw them into a mixing bowl. And before we do anything, we need to season these wings and to get some flavor imparted. So we're going to do some pepper, nice healthy pinch, and then a little bit of salt. We don't want a lot of salt because we're using fish sauce and that's salty. So a touch of salt. Right. Next, we got 2 garlic cloves that we're going to use, and we're going to do some ginger. All right. So I got a little microplane here. This is my best friend in the kitchen. You can grate garlic, you can grate ginger, you can grate Parmesan cheese, whatever kind of cheese you have. It's my favorite tool in the kitchen. So go ahead and grate your garlic. And then when you have the little piece in there that you can't grate anymore, go ahead and throw that in there. You don't want to lose anything. So I'm going to grate 2 pieces. And then we're going to grate some ginger. Now, a lot of people like to take their knife and cut this and cut that and cut the skin off. You shouldn't do that. You're wasting too much of the ginger, of the flesh. So the spoon, in this case, is your best friend. You're just going to go ahead and start to peel away at the skin. See here, I'm taking all skin and no flesh. That's what you want. Even the big nubs that are over here. If you use your knife, you're just going to take off way too much. Takes a little time to do this, but it's well worth it. You can utilize the entire ginger. Okay. So I'm going to peel about 1 inch because that's what I need. Okay. Next. Right on. And I'm going to just go ahead and grate it. And it takes a little time because ginger has a lot of fiber. It's very fibrous. So you have to use a little bit of muscle. So you just be careful. Don't slip and cut yourself. Got to apply some pressure. It's about 1/2 inch. Yep. 1 inch right there. See all that ginger? All that beautiful, nice and bright and yellow? Right in. Clear the board. Next thing we're going to add is cornstarch. I like using cornstarch when I fry wings because when you use flour, it feels too heavy. The dredge is super heavy, especially then you're gonna add sauce on top of that. It's gonna be really a heavy chicken wing. I'm not looking for that. Cornstarch makes it really light and kind of airy and crispy. They use cornstarch in a lot of Japanese cooking, Asian cooking, Vietnamese cooking, Thai cooking. This is big over in Asia, so I like it. So we're going to go ahead and add about 1/4 cup or so of cornstarch right in. We're going to give this a nice little toss. Now I want to make sure that it's coated completely, okay? The front and back. So if I see I'm a little short with cornstarch, I just grab a touch more, pinch, and throw it right into my bowl. And that's what you're looking for. Nice wing, completely covered, dusted properly, front and back. There's a little space like that. Just go ahead and grab some from the bottom and throw it right in there. Okay. You're going to let these things hang. We're going to put them to the side. Going to give the board a little clean. We're going to start making our sauce. So we'll be right back. All right. So I got some oil on the stove, just to let you know. I'm aiming for 350. Just regular canola oil frying. You can keep that on low. And then once our sauce is ready, we'll go ahead and we'll raise the temperature on the 350 on the oil, okay? So our sauce is the first thing. You're going to need 1/2 cup of sugar right in. And then to your sugar, you're going to go ahead and add the juice of 1 entire lime. Now what we're doing here is we're building the base to our sauce. Now, making caramel is very tricky and very dangerous. Super easy to burn yourself. Extremely, extremely easy. So I'm going to go ahead and lower my temperature. Now, two ways to make caramel sauce. One is the way we're doing it. You just kind of dissolve sugar slowly until it's in its liquid state. Or the fast way that people like to do is they take brown sugar and butter and they just make a quick caramel. So I like doing it this way, especially for these wings, because this color is going to turn brown on us. So we got to be careful. Just get any pieces that might be sticking in the bottom. Just go ahead and kind of give them a little love here. Okay. I'm going to lower it because this will burn up on you very quickly if you don't pay attention. And then once it burns, it just becomes like char and nasty. You're going to have to remake the caramel again. So we're going to slowly take this up to temperature. I got mine here in about a medium low. As it starts to get color, we'll raise up our temperature when we add our water, because the water is going to help the caramel not to burn. But right now we need to maintain this temperature. So we're going to stir this for a couple minutes until it's kind of brownish, like a nice amber color. We'll be right back. All right, so as our caramel is turning its color and getting there where we want it to be, we need to start making the seasoning to our fish sauce caramel. So again, some ginger. I'm going to cut a little piece, about half of an inch or so. I'm going to go ahead and dice this ginger really small. Now you could mince it if you like, totally fine, like we did before. But I'm looking for kind of a paste. So I'm going to take my ginger, throw it into my mortar and pestle I have here. And then I'm going to take my chili. This is a key ingredient because you want a little bit of heat. These Thai chilies are kind of spicy, so I'm going to remove the seeds because I want to be able to enjoy this and not have it be uber spicy where I can't eat the caramel sauce. So remove the capsaicin. Now go ahead and just do a nice little chop on everything. Just breaking it down to its manageable pieces. So we're not breaking too much of a sweat when you're grinding this up. Okay. I'm going to bring over my mortar and pestle. And I'm just going to go ahead and grind all this up. And what we're going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of salt to draw out the moisture. Just a pinch, right in. And it's going to release its oils, as you can already see in the bottom of this. See the oil on the bottom? It's all there already. Raise that up. Okay. And just go ahead and give it a little clean. And we have a little ginger and chili paste here. So, I'm going to grab my spatula. I'm going to go ahead in there. I'm going to scrape all that out to make sure I get everything out. And then that's what you're left with right there. That's a lot of flavor in here. Oop, don't spill it now like me. Throw it on the side in a little cup. And then we're going to leave it on the side till we're ready to put it in our caramel sauce. So now, I'm bring the caramel over carefully, like this. Now you see how part of it, some of it's getting brown, the other part isn't. I want you to take it off the flame. And I want you to go ahead and mix it in. Get the other part of the caramel that isn't brown yet. You see that? Now it's all turning that nice, beautiful color. So to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my paste right in. Now when you make caramel sauce, it's very important to use a wooden spoon so nothing really sticks. Okay, and you have to manipulate the caramel. You have to constantly take it on and off the flame. Okay, see that color? That's a beautiful color. Now I want to, the reason I threw the ginger and the chili in here because I want to flavor the caramel. Kind of want to introduce them. I want the caramel to kind of almost caramelize the ginger and the chilies in here. Okay, so I'm going to put my heat up just a bit now. I'm about on the medium now. There we go. Next thing we're going to add, we're going to let this bubble for a second. We're going to bring it back up to a bubble. We're going to add our fish sauce. Start to smell the caramel. You see how nothing is burning in the bottom? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a nice clean caramel. Because once this caramel scorches, you just have to start over. So that's why constantly stirring is really important. So now it's starting to bubble on me. See those bubbles? It's activating. It's happening. I'm going to go ahead and add my fish sauce here. I got a 1/4 cup of fish sauce right in. You add it very slowly because you don't want the caramel to come back up and hit you in your skin. Because a sugar burn, a caramel burn, is worse than frying oil. It'll take your skin right off. So, got my fish sauce in there. I'm letting this come to a boil, letting it mellow, letting it hang out, letting it do its thing. I'm going to add 1 stick of cinnamon right in. And then I'm going to add, I got here some water. I'm going to go right in because I don't want my sauce to burn. Okay, I got a 1/4 cup of water. See that beautiful color? We're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to let it reduce down. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper right in. This does not need salt. Fish sauce has enough salt in it, so we don't need that. Plus our wings have a little bit. So we're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to reduce this down by not a half, but maybe a 1/4. That's all we're looking to do because we want the sugar, we want that to caramelize even more. And then essentially what we want this to do is when we fry our chicken wings and toss them in here, we want it to stick to the wing. We want it to be like sticky wings. Okay, so we're going to reduce this down, put it on the stove. You can do low heat now. Do not do high heat because you'll burn this and it'll be over. So we're going to put this on a low burner. We're going to start working on our wings. So we'll be right back. All right, so in the meantime, as our oil is heating up and getting to that 350 mark that we want, we're going to start working on our garnish. So cilantro is like the main herb in a lot of Asian countries, so we're going to use cilantro. I'm going to take off the stems. I washed these already. I got any dirt off of them. And you're just going to leave them. You could leave the stem on, or you can just do, the leaves. So the leaves have a lot of flavor, but the stems have more flavor actually. So I'm just going to do a little combination of both. Leave some on, leave some off. That's fine like that. So we got this ready to garnish. And then what we're going to do is we're going to crush up some peanuts. Okay, if you have a peanut allergy, obviously don't do it. But if you don't, texture-wise and flavor-wise, it's the best. So, give a little wipe to my board. So instead of using my knife to crush up these peanuts, you don't want to do that. It's going to dull out my knife. There's no reason for that. I'm going to show you what they showed me when I was a young lad. We're going to use a pot. I'm just going to go ahead and crush the peanuts and kind of grind them into my board. You don't want them to be a powder, but you want them to be kind of coarse. See that? How they're breaking up? That's what I'm looking for right there. Yep. Speaking of boards, this board right here, courtesy of the K board, there's these guys out of Delaware in Dewey Beach who make these boards. They send it to me for free, actually, very nice of them. And what's really cool about this board is that instead of it being, a straight rectangle, it's actually, they cut about a 25-degree angle here, maybe 30-degree angle here, and they insert these magnets. And these magnets hold your knife. Super easy, so, I don't want to put my knife here. It can fall on the floor. Or the worst thing is that a lot of times happens in the kitchen is when you're cooking, you don't see your knife and it's hiding under something. You go ahead and you cut yourself. It's really convenient to have your knife right in front of the board so you know where it is at all times. And it's pointing down and away from you. So the tip, I won't cut myself, and I won't cut myself at the edge. Check these guys out on their Instagram handle. It's called The K Board. Check them out. So, peanuts are ready. Go ahead and put them right into my bowl here. And it looks like my oil is almost ready. I'm at 320. Just waiting for that mark. It's crucial to get to that 350 mark, because what's going to happen is when you put something into oil, the temperature drops down automatically. So if you don't start at 350, you start at 320, you're going to drop down below 300. So you want to start at 350. So if it does drop, it drops to 330. It's not that big of a comeback to jump up to 350 again. So I'm about 20 degrees out. So when it gets there, we'll be right back. All right, so our oil is ready to go. Bring it over carefully. Hot. So I'm going to go in my chicken wings. Always when you fry something, away from you. That way, never towards you. Because that's how you get yourself. Right in. Now I'm going to put all my wings in. If you don't have a big enough pot, you can fry in batches. Be careful. See that? It's popping. Go ahead and cover the rest up. I'm going to go right in. I'm going to let these babies cook for like anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes they're going to go for, until they're really that nice and golden brown color and they're crispy. Just got a whiff of oil to the face. Yeah, we'll come back in about 8 minutes or so and we'll check to see how they're doing. So we'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, these wings are nice and brown. And if you actually touch them, they're crispy on the outside. So they're ready to be taken out. Carefully go ahead and put them on. I have a pan here with a wire rack. The reason I like to use a wire rack is because air will get underneath it and it won't turn the wings soggy. I hate when the skin gets soggy on wings. So this is going to help maintain crispiness. Okay? Look at those wings. Look at those wings. Look. Wow. All right. So now we're going to take this off. I'm going to put the sauce on. I'll be right back. All right. So fish caramel, as you can see, it's nice and thick. Not too thick, because it's still pourable. Okay. If yours turns a little too thick, you can always add a little bit of water and then reduce it down again. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil. In the meantime, while it's in there, I'm going to go ahead and add my wings. Because as it comes to a boil, I want the sauce to coat the wing, to stick to it, to get sticky, crispy, you know, all that good stuff. So let the wings just hang out in here. You can go ahead and toss them around. You want to toss them like that, you totally can. Just going to go ahead and kind of just move them all around while they're in here. As you can see, the caramel is starting to come to a boil. Again, you have to watch the caramel always, because even at this state, it'll burn on you. So look at that. Just going to check my temperature here. I'm just tossing them, right? Give them a little love. Beautiful. That is nice. Get the back of the wing. Okay. Front of the wing. Try to cover the whole thing. Nice. Look at those. They look good. Okay. These look pretty good to me. They look nice and covered, so we're going to plate up. So be right back. All right, so our wings are ready. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to the wing before we go ahead and plate. This is going to spice it up just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, start plating our wings real nicely. And these are great to do for a party. You can do this for a Super Bowl. You can do this for a get-together. You know, whatever the occasion is. If you're having friends over, family, you want to do something cool, some wings. You want to make this sauce. Totally can. Grab a little spoon. I don't want to lose any of that sauce. Just going to go ahead and kind of pour that right over. You see how beautiful that is. You see that dark color? That caramel has really cooked. The sugar in there has really turned on us. We're going to add some of our peanuts that we have here. Texture, flavor. Just a little bit more. And then we're going to add some cilantro leaves around, just like that, just for a little freshness. With all the sugar, you want to break up that sugar with some freshness. There you go. There you have it. Super easy, super simple. You probably have all these ingredients already in your pantry. Maybe just a fish sauce you have to get. But normally once you get a bunch of different Asian products like fish sauce and hoisin and soy, oyster sauce, Maggi sauce, all the different countries that are in Asia, they use all those condiments. So you always be able to make more Asian influenced dishes. But thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you guys do like the board, hit up the K board. We'll put the link in the bottom to their Instagram. You just DM them and then make these boards to order. This board was actually made to order for me. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.